Shmuel Hauk. One of the common misconceptions with dams and hydroelectricity is that it is a clean and renewable energy source. But dams have lasting effects on its ecosystem and the surrounding environment. Dams can be traced back for thousands of years to the ancient Mesopotamians, where they used it to control water flow. And since then, dams have been used for many other things, like in Sydney, Australia, where the Warragamba Dam was built to bring fresh drinking water to the surrounding area. Or like on the Ohio and Mississippi rivers, where dams were built to control the flooding during the rain season. Over the past century, dams have also been used to supply electricity. Turbines are installed on the dams, and as water passes through, the turbines turn, creating electricity. Like the Hoover Dam outside of Las Vegas, that brings electricity to parts of California, Nevada, and Arizona. Right now, there are over 79,000 dams spanning across all the rivers in America. Dams bring a lot of positive stuff to the area, like fresh drinking water and electricity to tens of millions of people that wouldn't have it otherwise. And dams also bring irrigation to an area, like in the Central Valley in California, where the dams on the San Joaquin River turned that region into one of the most productive farming regions in America. But dams have a lot of negative effects. They destroy ecosystems, and they also destroy species or diminish species. When a dam is built, the water above the dam gets larger and the water below the dam contracts. So sediment flow and water temperature get affected by dams. Species, both plant and animals also get affected because they use the river for their water source. Humans also are affected by it. Over the past 60 years, 40 million people have been displaced by the building of dams. And a good example of that is the Three Gorges Dam in China, where 1.4 million people were displaced when it was being built, and dozens of cities and villages were flooded at the completion of the dam. One specific species that has been affected by damming is salmon in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Salmon are saltwater fish and have to swim upstream to spawn. But when dams are built on these rivers, salmon don't reach those spawning destinations and die off before they're able to reproduce. And a good example of that is the Columbia River, where the salmon population has been decreasing over the last 30, 40 years. There have been solutions. There's been salmon ladders and salmon elevators, which are installed on dams to allow salmon to go up and down the river and spawn. And in some cases, dams have even been removed to allow the ecosystem to go back to the way it was before the dams were installed on the river. The bottom line is that dams do a lot of good and bring a lot of good to a lot of people around the world, but a lot of consideration has to be done so that there's minimal or no damage to the surrounding ecosystem and environment.